Hi you guys, Ebony Rose here, coming to you guys with another video. Today's video is going to be about how do you know if people are not your friend? How do you know? We always want to have these friends, and sometimes we really just can't tell. We can't tell if they are friend or not. But I'm here to tell you there are signs that you can watch out for. Look at the kids, especially if their kids are pre-puberty, adolescent. Let me see, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12, yeah, like that. That's how you know, because the kids are going to start letting you know. How they going to let you know? It's because you know that don't no kid normally get smart with an adult like that, right? But your frenemy's kid, all of a sudden, they start getting smart with you. And if they having like a little function or get together that they done invited you to, and your kids are there and their cousins are there, they start, making these sarcasms and jokes, towards you. And they getting smart. The kid. Why would a kid talk to an adult like that? Ask yourself that. Why would a kid talk to an adult like that? A kid talks to an adult like that because they mama been sitting around that house where they can hear, or maybe even sometimes talking to that kid, especially if they a teenager. I remember one time, my frenemy that I told you guys about, and I did not pay attention to the signs. Didn't pay attention to the signs. Okay. Her child got admitted into college. And, me, I'm the type of person, I try to be happy for my friends. I am, I'm all for a young teenage girl getting accepted into college. I think that's wonderful. And I said, oh my God, Kenya. I'm just naming her daughter Kenya. Oh my God, Kenya. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. You do well in college, girl. You got this. That's what I said. She went over to her other friends and her cousins that were at the little gathering that they were having. And she said, oh man, hold on. She went to her little friends and her family at the little gathering, and she said, you do well in school. You do well in school. And rolled their eyes at me and walked away as they mocked me, and I'm telling her to do well in school, right? That's because their mama been sitting up there talking about me. And I have no idea. And I'm thinking it's cool, and it ain't. It ain't cool, not one way or another, And another way, is they just show you every time. They show you every time. Like, okay, and another way that you can know. This is another way y'all can know. Her sisters, her cousins, family members that are over there, the other adults, right, that don't really know you that well. They don't even have no reason to have beef with you, but they at her function, right? They will start getting smart with you. Like, I remember one time, this 20-year friendship that I severed, her family was at her house because she was renting a house, a nice house actually, big old 6-7 bedroom house. I'm like, I don't know what you need all this room for, but it was a beautiful house. She was renting this house. And it was a nice house, real nice. I'm not hating. And that's about the time that I bought my house. And I just had like a little 3-bedroom house. It was like in a rural area, and it had like a really, really big backyard. I had like 5.5 acres in that backyard. And I was proud of my accomplishment. That's the house that I bought from the bus company, right? But anyway, so she gets this big old huge 6-7 bedroom house. Gorgeous house. And she had like a housewarming or something, and I was invited there. And I come to the housewarming, and I'm like, oh my God, when I'm looking around the house, because the way she decorated, plus she's a good decorator. She is, I'll give her that. I'm walking around her house, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so nice. This is so nice. They had a pool in the backyard. This is so nice. I'm genuinely trying to celebrate my friend, right? Her sister looks at me and said, you talk too much. You talk too much. And some of her guests that were there were telling me I talk too much. I talk too much. But you know, in my 32-year-old naive self, I had no clue that that was a sign that those people did not like me. And that was a clue that they've been sitting around talking about me. So they having a perception about me that wasn't good. And I'm never going to ever know what that was, because they're not going to tell me. They're just going to display animosity towards me. And on my part, it sounds like for no reason. What did I do to y'all? What I did was stay around this fucking friend too long. I stayed around her too long, when I should have been cut this lady off, because, you know, it's the signs that were there that you don't pay attention to. And the third sign that we never pay attention to, right? We think that when they have kids and you have kids, she had girls and I have boys, right? All of a sudden, they were friends. Our kids were friends when I brought them around, or she'd come around me. They were friends, right? All of a sudden, her kids have this big problem with my kids. She always looked at every opportunity to hustle her friends and hustle people that come over her house. And even when they bring kids over there, her kids are always selling candy. I couldn't understand why, if I come over your house, why are you trying to sell my kids candy? Why can't they just have candy? Why are you selling candy to my kids? Why are you selling candy to other people's kids? I don't get it. Well, she was selling candy to my kids, but giving some of the candy away to their cousins. But they were selling, well, she got to sell the candy to my kids. And some of the other kids in the neighborhood that were over there, they had to sell the candy to them. So you make sure that I know that there is a distinction between my kids and her kids, right? And then this is the third way, you know, as well, that those kids will find problems with your kids, knowing damn well they just sitting there, they're not doing anything, but they got all these problems with you and your kids, right? It was this big old thing that that her kids got into it with me about. They stole my candy. I know I had more candy than that we were selling. And I looked over there and it was gone out of the garage. Your kids stole my candy. They stole our candy. And I'm looking like, why would my kids need to steal y'all candy? They stole our candy. It could have been anything. You know, even if they did take your candy, what the fuck is some candy? And this lady going off and her kids are going off. This should have let me know that they were not my friends. Just a little something that happened that let me know. And I'm like, wow, didn't pay attention.